This then is the guidance video for the first lesson on the British Empire, which will link directly to the work that students have just done on the Industrial Revolution. There would have been no empire without the Industrial Revolution, and arguably the other way around. They're both causes and consequences of each other. As we study the British Empire, we also need to be aware of the power of the skill of interpretation. All the way through this, we're going to be asking students to make judgments about their own country. And consequently, they need to be aware of the role of bias in their interpretation and subjectivity, how opinion can be somehow clouded by your own background. So, first thing that we are going to ask the students to do is make two inferences from the source. The source in this case is a map of the British Empire from before the start of the 20th century, and of course all the illustrations that run around the outside. And then what we need them to do is the format that they are used to now. One inference, details in the source that tell me this. Because this is a picture, or the majority of it is a picture, they're going to have to describe what they see, or they might well use quotes from the limited amount of text in this particular source. Okay, next thing. What we want them to do is watch the brief clip here from Jeremy Paxman's documentary series on the British Empire. And what we need is one reason why the British Empire is important to British history. Effectively, why do we study this? So we're going to be looking at the impact at the time and the ongoing legacy of the British Empire, because it is an echo. The British Empire is an echo in history. We still hear its consequences today. Now next, geography, the scale and scope of the British Empire. It was simply the biggest empire the world has ever seen. They may be familiar from previous studies at Key Stage 2 of the Roman Empire or the Mughal Empire or some of the Chinese empires. They are inconsequential in terms of scope and scale compared to the British Empire. It was the biggest empire the world has ever seen. And that's illustrated even more clearly when you look at Britain in the picture and see just how tall, how big Britain actually is compared to the empire that she actually conquered. And that map as well doesn't include the empire at its greatest scope, nor does it include the United States, which was originally part of the British Empire. So some idea of the scale of the empire. Then we move on to the reading for purpose activity. This follows a format that they are used to. Read the text. Down the left-hand side, effectively come up with a title for each paragraph, a point for each paragraph as it were, and down the right hand side what we need them to do is summarise in note form as they go. This is our own construction, this particular piece of text, and what we're seeking to do here is link their prior learning to the new unit. So it's to establish continuity in their learning. Okay, next one. Make notes on how each country was affected by the empire based upon what they have done. The countries are Canada, West Africa, China, India, Malaysia, Australia, South America, and Jamaica and the Caribbean. In the next lesson, we're going to take a look at how Britain achieved the construction of this empire.